October 1984, St Vincent's Hospital, Sydney.
Anger, disbelief, guilt, fear.
David Paulson was one of the first men in Australia to contract HIV.
It felt like I was falling down this awful, deep, dark, endless hole.
Over the next 5 years, at least 7,000 more patients were diagnosed positive. Hundreds of nurses fought to keep them alive. Nurse Crawford was just one of them.
What we saw as nurses collectively here was like war. You know, people were arriving and dying within hours.
At the heart of the AIDS crisis, Ward 17 South.
I was in this bed here. You'd see people so sick and dying, you'd think, this is going to be me tomorrow.
David.
Hi, Patrick.
Hi, lovely to meet you.
Oh, likewise.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good.
Why have you decided to come back today?
There's a lot of stories here that have never been told. This is a really important place.
Empty corridors, vacant rooms, decrepit, frozen in time. The walls in the now defunct Ward 17 South are stained with memories for Nurse Crawford that will never die. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you look back in this room right now?
The faces, the courage, the humour, the pain. There was a young guy who decided that he couldn't go on any longer, so took off his mask. He looked up at me and said, "I'm going to die," and he did. And I was looking into his eyes, you know, so I just saw him basically disappear. This, like a beautiful man, just dying.
Why did you choose to come and work at Ward 17 South?
I was diagnosed being HIV positive in '84.
Did the patients know that?
No, no one knew I was HIV positive here, actually. I was going to be someone who's going to be in that bed one day, I thought. If I'm going to be a nurse, I'm going to look after those guys the way I want to be looked after.
What if I was to tell you that there is a patient here today that 20 years ago you thought might not have made it?
No, that'd be pretty amazing.
You ready?
Yeah.
David Paulson. Do you remember Nurse David Crawford?
Yes, I do indeed. Hi. Good, how are you?
Good.
Is there something you want to say, David, to Nurse Crawford after all these years?
Only one thing. A huge thank you.
I think it's amazing that we've made it. The thing that still surprises me is the level of stigma and discrimination that we have to experience. It'd be really nice to get the message out that, you know, if you know you've got HIV and get on treatment, then full and healthy life's still possible.
Thank you to both of you for coming back in here. Thank you, David. Happy Mardi Gras. Happy 40th Mardi Gras.
Thank you.
What a milestone.
Yeah.
Happy 40th Mardi Gras, my friend.